kageteburi sibyo sibya eng'ombe imanya ko bangatiri koreta mabere pia ni ng'amabere ng'asiri pinga ne ng'ana magecha
kai mwaga misati kayo mongna kale kale kwengesa buni ke chianga chitigale tata
atali angara ngo sibya njombo minto abo kongna nyori ga chombe cyane ho kikabwata magecha mange sana oro nataka ngandi yesa bunye yo bosie nabana tebe tukuno musani ona gante nango kora ikabire yiga basi nchisibye
misati
tichibu ati tichikora taranya mabere
misati ngaki ya squeeze na jombo sibeli sabuni
ngakikali
kwanya kuigwa Ekeumbu
nkeke
misati tiga konya goteberera neti abantu so musano na gantebya manya iga esabuni eye gusibikianga tali chiombe
hono buna nengire buyaika
tiga ne bintu ebyo mbiko gokonya
nakiwata aba nekoruko
eduke yego ruku Ekeumbu agrofet egotoka imeyo mucho bosongo
sita naende bono engoko kwandete engoko ndochere ngiya ga
ngokeye omuiri getakagura ne nabwateire iga igwa
na kikale
ne
enter tebwe kainde bono chiana chiri gaiga
ne peti na kicho chikagara
chiana tata chikore gusunduka yanyama lyanyaka ni garo chigoro
mogaka misati amaliogo ye chingoko
nwali
chindagere chingoko no chire chindagere chiombe no chire
ekene bono
nenda no kinayo chagire chindagere kurororo chindagere bakone chingi echikomenta obunyamasi se loka yawo tiango nyoliga neligo liyabo taligo lilo kwa boy neligo liligo kwa no mubuko omugaka misati na maene
abusi kwata bano
Ekeumbu agrofet
tinkoliye balieteli
ayenda iga
Ekeumbu agrofet diabo diasoire
misweti
kangenda nchikoliye bona konko ende ndora mungina malisera buli oli mugondo ende motebyo mangana abere buyabo egera nchikugura malio gaya none ndagira yechingoko echi
namaine tarira eduka ya Ekeumbu Agrovet imeyungo cho Kisii banyore ase nyumba ya Kisii Kenyoro Farmers Cooperative Society eyuerange na Market Plaza Gusii na buku banyora opposite Shell Petrol Station eyukale ya Karukiro Falcon Petrol Station bono niko bachakire rusagi rwa borondorogia imeye chinsamo chiri cha yogo ange na yogo primary wigo na buku bakira eshimi Ekeumbu Agrovet, one harvest at a time.
Ndizi TV Ubwansu Bw'Omugusii.
Mwanchumba liganda bono twere asentunde yakabere gato ndoko sangamo naye tumulekere bune bintu bigendera tokolekana itukaliko mwanchumba ligire bono neli tukoriye Jumamosi muna botambe Ekeumbu Jumamosi na manga turakora na manga turachikomulekera ayichinse chigani matabuna no gendera to semya no gendera to kwevokya wetera semero beli si ekero bono gambwa tomogeni buli tukom wetego sangamo naye tokore tokoigwa manga goro yakamariye cha siasa ne nyinge igachi kurantire ko singaba director be chango ligibale biroko au mwanchumba ligire ya chikure chinchiko chora director na banga amana manga berka kana ase kemerie ke gie chayo mwancho murgerya aito chikoligere boy gontwaro cha chiko tebara se tundwal cha chiarara chikiro chiko ibwa manga akoreka no mwancho murgerya ndo chikoligere yango naki obukurumi bwa kaigo asense moye chaye mwancho murgerya no to chikomurikira se margo baya bono ntorigere mangana siasa ekrombo to omogeni gaiga ngojo boy go ora kwana mangana ye chaye abo igona cho komurikira mangana arengete siasa senchira inkira no tokolibro mwancho murgerya gabono tigamu aligani bono omogeni bweli tuko karibu sana engineer karibu sana
asante
karibu sana
ndia mono
asifade yo muri Ndizi TV na bagote bana cyokoro ko rimwe tumago chapega muneno go je margo bayabo
ndia mono asamarieta ntigo saseri ngoro ko engineer Kennedy Moyo na bere ngo cyaga igasama tukamange na Ndizi TV nere yo bumanyi bweito na kote na wasemi Gusii na komoro kinga nkikegendrete as local politics and national politics and sana mna kwa revinta bya bekwerende bya ile as country ito both a county national abanyagitari mbagoma embura yabere nyingi ebintu nenge byabere igo bono ngotenga no mwanche sore kwariga ndero trato kotonya kwanira magana aso bware gusaso botambe anakumanya amde mono ngakigendret ndiye mono
abakoma tuna engineer ngaidiarwa
engineer obo engineer bwane bali motamanyeti ko sibali batamanyeti mate to be an engineer not that you borrow it is something that you have to go to class igolinde onyenkwira na nyuma kwa kidogo mate didikale to somire gukora form 4 kwenda A level ukuru A level kwa mara kwa kwanyara point kwa kanyara kwa 10 and above kwa mara kwenda university karuwa lende ngagenda ngakora kurworo so not that engineer ya kupandikwa no is engineer to class ye class ngaruwa lende ngagenda the Nairobi University that is where I did my first degree and then from there ngakora the second degree in masters ina kora the 2016 igolende I'm confident that the word engineer is not a borrowed. It is just a really name for it's my title.
All right. Asante sana Engineer Kennedy nera bono togo sanga lero mwancho muligeria sema ngo bajabono. Tete eye mase motora ligeria yango igoro yamangana lengete ekemerigie chai.
Thank you.
Tore roko mburunga niyo konge kwa bere goko borro.
Yes.
Tochakire nono ngoro Gusii e bonus njaliyewe mayaga iga bwango iga. Antu bakalie bonus tukayiguna Gusii yarire besagete asegete besagete uko musana noke bonus kuri gunechi besagete. Nuna kieko nyarekana twanyore nsemagete barira besagete nsemagete barira besagete.
Bono tiato kwane asobwagare. Naende nkolenginga omo Gusii sotegerete. Ontegerere bya sana. Nobo soku nandi nobo soku asem the twara biya korekandra ase chiti factory cheito na mono ebintu biya korekana ase Abaremi before konya aba director wana baroro ntu abwate previous directors egatokanga abantu abamba abwato botukangete bosobo kurumi mbwale ngoro bagakoro yandokuru mrorongo vote bakagenda abantu bagaka murorongo bagakira abantu bakikura ikaraba bakira kikura nonje nona alengo yo mabo tukachora ba director tukachora ba director lido diwi no ng'abantu aba ikaraba kogenda nabo bakiyokora obukurumyo bwa kongu kubwa bali bale ngorro now kurworro ebinambi gendret kera abantu bali bale ngorro aba director bale ngabakoro bagafali ekina naba bakaruwa bagafali ekina you see they have to protect them to protect themselves kosebebe rwanire bali abakoro ababwate only 4 lawyers ababayi bakamanya kuro bakahaya 14 lawyers each lawyer working about 5 million kibese kimane cyumurime
akaraba nyaba ari kiloya
ya 14
ekineke bako bikaseka mbaronkina gikugura
ekina karinga bali mbaru seti wa service illegally
bono bali bajita bagasoa
si obisi essentially ngoronge bali bagasoa yentike kagenda high court kuroya high court karokia and high court kenda court of appeal so the court of appeal they agreed ngabono abantu aba to settle this matter out of court.
Yes.
I've got the document here. Now, from there, baka agree. Now, there are some things where we agree at the current and the previous.
Yes.
Now, they come out of settlement. And they agreed. Now, they come, I think, 2021, 2022, 2024. Actually, the expiry of being in the office, even the in fact, from March, April, May, baru in the office. Abaror. Pono to kama konyoranga abantabe ba out of settlement. Baliba kama udiscover nga ebintu mbere bya koratu ebikon as the current directors. If you see these documents, from all that whatever happened, bono abanta bakanyoranga ki election should be held between the deadline must be 30th of June.
Of June.
That's next month.
Yes.
Bas, you ngabanta bakore 3 years. Basa ko extend, it is just it's not
bakore 3 years.
Yes,
bagandretene bino bagandrenegas.
One 3 years bagandre binabiro bagandrenegas. Only to come to realize ngabanta bekrabaling in the office the 3 years.
Yes.
It was just a store in the warehouse of Mombasa. Timati was Abaremi born Gabuna Walega. Aba my thing nga karoma te karama nga this thing ya beire ebinte kwechaya de mo limitra tra niwa. It is just all in the warehouse in Mombasa. The current of spares baga decide ko sabachironi. Iyo tukatanya koba.
Asabachironi.
Baga sabachironi baga hakana bonus Abaremi. Balimi mbamanyatiro.
Iko bonus yakane tu ni chiloni chisabi.
Chiloni chisabire. Not the money omolemi akorteki atorete chayaye aigaende kaoniwa akamanya wakana bonus. This is loan chiroro. The directors baroro. The officers baroro of course. Yes. I think echaitaronigwa babu ativesa. So which means that they have to pay the farmers. And committing of chironiwa savire you have to pay for with interest.
Yeah.
Bono molemi ale tamanye tiare ngaki eloni ngaki bonus ya ali ngaki achete, but it is out of loan. Already. But rende you see
kimo kotomo kamanyana bonus ya Gusii kahono mukukonera of the countrywide.
That is countrywide.
Yes.
Countrywide abantu abalenge maita abantu abachore turumurongo.
Yes.
I think some of them may be in bad experience. Some of them it is a mixture of events in that office.
Yeah.
Ekiagara you see no ina adie karoma itoko kole kwendo kujikonyega chae ase totengo monata gose sakaro kuchinyani ngumbu. You must have people bona mungusana no rengoro abasai office bali baseriwe. You see now to equalize make things to work together. It was a problem.
Okay.
Na bali bane sachindemba mayetenga ki this is now the key point. These people to fail. Now the first time the first regime in the office. I think the government decide that time monitoring in the office Munya nero the minister for agriculture. Akaleta machikae. So that team got kicked out. So bakatenga bantaba kwatoka na mrongo barusiworo, which was good of course. And nobody was disputing that. But we knew abantu bakwenda obviously n'abantu baje colleagues banyoro bakonyo mulimo. Do you know ngabona ebintu bikolire gaiga igabire ebintu get ebikongu bono tro chibono muna de bono muna one kwenda abantu ngosomere binte togende bwango na bora kuminga things were very bad. Now bagatenga the terms of the current directors who came into office in 2021 has come to an end in March, April, May 24. Elections of smallholder directors of tea factories will take place before the end of June 24 as per the court judgment of 11th of April. Then DCIA will vet now the document here and what go file for the NSC directorship. But this one, the 2022 Articles of Association will apply in June elections. That is with the current Mororongo. That is sacred parrot. It's sacred parrot because before Mororongo director some Mororongo office. You see, it was not actually the voting was not free and fair. Because Umontore Kwenyara, Nero Koburia Irene, Nade Chiguaka was say Abandbatanya get access work. For example, if it is in Kisii, Abantu was say Tote was saying Nyamira. You know, I sent a get Bonanga we call it, this is your expense, Oligia Bantaba, but you work. So it was only that person who can manage. Nande Uguatis, Nandwa Kumoro, So it was not free and fair.
Oyo gwatanda bange obuno
na bako oyo bogoiri abantu abune chine chikanta ile gari nero ko direct. So actually it was not free and fair.
Kanisa abantu kwaka kolenganira chiko tati abali mibuko so
abali mibuko lakini wana nende you see if for example I'm fine for the directorship naende ndimbwatete capacity yoko haya abantu yokubuli abantu ngasa abantu anabo oli na irikia center nabo baje kongara chikura these other people mbanyale kubuli abantu abo mbabwati chinchira cyokubuli abantu nabo. So I think it can make abantu abange barenge genuine gutanyora the opportunity wakeru n'abaremi kikora ekero mato muri minaro utanyare wika for example Nyamira aenda akire vote umurangi atagete. So ekabanga ki obutukano bwa beroro and therefore the election was not free and fair, but really it was carried out, and therefore the Murongo team carried the day. So they were in the office. Now ekeraba kole kwerende ekeraba no linde kero ya baigo the government stepped in abantu abakoraki baka in the office. That team manyanga neroro that team filed the case. Bali abatangani bali abakoro bali mbalenge murongo bali it was genuine voting. Now the baka filed the case in Ekeumbu. Aba bakamanya kuro the new team. Yes, baka chora abantu 14 lawyers and 14 lawyers. Bachiko 14 lawyers, one lawyer is paid like over like 5 million. Chiweze ini kiango chiwakano. Chumulini. Bali mimanyati. Bakagendra bono rende kaya ikabono. Kanyoranga bono egenteke must be settled out of the office. Baka and they agreed. So bakagenda and they agreed. This thing is signed the memorandum of understanding. Bakagiri. And they agreed. I think I want to. After all, their time ya correct. Yeah, absolutely. Bono bakanyanga ki this time. Bono this thing akrende. What happened? For example, in fact, the time ya expired. Bono nabanyako gen rekina. Even these people, they are not in the office. No, you see, that's why they brought this thing to be settled out of court. Correct? So all the parties agreed. Now, from there, this the new direct, the Morongo team. They don't have the money. The money is in their warehouse. This tea, tera yomulimita koraki. Tera onigwa. Paka no one boniga bali mimbamanye tinga. That bonus vanyora, it was out of loan from the bank. Again, to get a nyakoba amatuko miaka ne miaka. Yes.
Wakaenda bakasabe e bank chibesa a loan. Abali mibacha
kwa bonus. Naende bakabanga ngaki ngoma at this time to report profit to kakole profit here nyingi. This is the money we have. Out of the normal Omoremi is very innocent and I trust the singer kid, my director, the person who is in the office, again Tagon Tevi, Nekene. Only to realizing these people, they went bought those heavy loans.
Yes.
Not realizing at the end of the day, mwananchi nero jiko sava. Bono, if I can just read you one of the class, the out of the court. A report here. It's from KDDA.
Okay.
This is not something that you get from the street. It is from KDDA.
You don't know what
KDDA. Bakanyanga ki abantu abanga ki. KDDA is just a body.
Yeah.
It can manage these directors from each from the tea factories. So this thing is written. The former directors, after appointing the 14 layers, heavy stocks of tea for all factories stuck in the warehouse in Mombasa have been stuck during the 3 years of current directors Morongo have been in the office, which means that tea was not being sold.
Right.
Now, bonus payment of 2022-23 were declared and paid out of bank borrowed money, and farmers continue to pay loans. Never before were farmers never paid from borrowed money. This like now other factories like Ikituki.
Yeah.
Now tukanyolanga ki the current directors of Mlolongo will be investigated because of the hefty expenditure ba korreki. Ba to mira se.
Now ba investigated and kinegen kiaro siti wasikira.
What ekineke baliga chiarenge it was the dispute between the two parties.
Yeah.
But now out of this investigation ekarabachi kunyolikono kananga abantu abare in the office. They have really spent a lot of money. And at the end of the day, normally so they were investigating, where is the problem? Now, they direct investigated, those directors, the case of tripping of directors' expenses in the year's current directors Mlolongo 3 years term was astonishing. Yaninga wali shanga how the expenses the factory expenses very high. Now the current directors fly menga mo director ko rugaiga ogenda Dubai ticket ya to aire 2 million the same that class kwanyoranga kibuna wano mondo kurukunga nere senator kwanda Mlolongo otumia for example economy class era wakana 300 but the director kwa 2 million chiwese chingo wakana
aba director bango kubalinge ticket yo conscience chesiko
yele mbachi ko rende bakore marketing bakore whatever.
Who is this was giving them money?
But you see I karabanta abasa in the office. You see now they are the boss. They decide on what to do. And therefore bakanyoranga these people they have spent a lot than what they have.
But engineer Katurigeriga,
yes.
Home director ticket ya what 2 million.
Yes.
Achiro sense ko kono benchmark.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe I want to say because Arabia from Oisoko Nyamon factory director to Cruz was Nyamamu.
Correct. You see now Ekere directors back called the election. Now the representative of now to the national level. These people are coming from other regions. Now they decide. I think it was a way of maybe they were this thing. But you see those are directors. Yes. They are directors. They are like
if the governor yes.
Now let me tell you how it is affecting this. I've elected you to go in the upper office.
Yes.
You have decided to correct that thing on the ground. Who do we blame?
You blame Asana because
who elected that person to be there?
I know it is you.
Yes. So when I'm there, I have to be I have to control the budget. I have to control what I'm going to spend. I have to control at the end of the day, who is going to pay this money? It is the Abaremi. So think about because then I just start doing what we call office mismanagement of the office. So this is what led that expenditure. One of my take a ticket 2 million on a trip. And maybe in a month you go 4 times. The current Mlolongo directors do not care about the farmers when they can borrow and they pretend they have made profit. You understand? All the current Mlolongo directors, whether in the local factory level or head office, have 3 years bought cars, built houses, some state art cars, some they have built those bush houses, and at the end of the day, nobody will suffer.
Right.
That's why, for example, where I come from, actually it was one of the factories which earned the lowest. 24 shillings. Aband 40, aband 50. A factory. So which means that in expenditure in the factory. With those directors, one, unnecessary. Those one around to narrow the example from the above.
Yes.
You see, for example, my director in a meeting is paid a lot of money. If, for example, directors I meeting is in a month, you are just paying that director about over almost 200,000. Abantu abanye bale bantu batano. Totenga abantu abale batano in a zone. Busa abantu bale totenga 10.
Yeah, it's over $1 million.
It's over $1 million.
Yeah.
Chibese chi ngekikoro. It is it comes back as umulemi. Amono mulemi ero met. You see abale mulemi no atemete atageremete kurekera mi ekemerieki. Bono you see actually what this erina bagan faithfully ngatigambe kechayane. But you see because of unnecessary expense, unnecessary expenditure, umulemi amesumbuka. I hope no na ekoruse no mugwate chai. Mate abantu abalemi ayini arabategemete. But yekraba konyaranga mate you see there is what you want to bring that sanity as a chai. Such that ngaki umulemi nera benefit. For example mate abalemi buna wana bako bale mugondo gali umulemi at the end of the day anyora gapona asieke no mwana mugore yanga next year amechipanga ngabana nkwirande school but it was zero.
But one ekasinga chiwa se chimba sabete loan baka kana balimi. Nkino kiko nyakana ense mugete ya 40 ya 24 yende 30
now
6 what inki ya kulikirirwa
bono mbabwate system yao on how for example totenga like now my factory let's say atubwate like say maybe 1,000 ama 2,000 farmers. Abanta when the ponies come they now what we call they equalize, they divide that bonus by the Abaremi. Abaremi yani by the number of kilograms Chia correct. One for example, if for example it is 10,000 kilos divided by Abaremi because say 20,000. Kwama kunyara this figure of maybe 24 shillings. Correct. So no come at the end of the day kwanyorenga epona asio kulira ganto gete karaga sin very peanut and now which kobi kamone karokwa bigre that there is expenditure but this expenditure tai company to wakanera it is from what you have
ikomo engineer igantuge kupat ne chikirenga factory yaso
exactly chikirenga in that year in that financial year chikirenga mwaonia I mean and the returns mama yako chiaka mochi bagerenga kinkyumule mya wende konyora most expenditure is a factory there is overhead
iko factory nje murungani nanto igwetera bale 36
yeah bono it depends kinga kimokore de kwende 90
ne production inu mwasa kyumwa
production inu mwa bono it only montora konye is to limit the expenses is to limit the expenditure of the factory is one employment 2 unnecessary employment 3 unnecessary meetings so that you lower down the expenses of the factory. After that, for example, if for example, you see as a director, you must be very crucial in which kind of meeting go to. This week, know what a meeting, next week, know what a meeting. This thing you combine collectively, maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe the problem is sharing it from the first day up to maybe 15th. Maybe 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 go delay from the buying centers so that you come and address this matter. Then you give another 2 weeks. At least if you can have maybe 2 meetings in a month, is actually adjustable. You are not just you are not expensing your money because out of this, but at the end of the day, these expenses. So, how this person is managing that factory. Careless, that is it. Because right now, not me, not engineer saying, this report, discovering a key, our director bank, out of, for example, let's say our director, keep on to go to about 24 shillings back here. Let's say to get loan to get bank say let's say 50 million. 50 million markane those are the money which is now Chia so kurumi. This is the money Chia omurimi in fact you see kwa romo ntobono korokunga irungu ngakangete from Muranga that guy has worked even as we are just wondering aki our governor onyo abantu batamira oraini shire kwirende county yaito abantu batamira bari batabwate na NH certificate batamira mirainisha mbona yeye awezi kurainisha somurimi kiagara actually that is what umurimi yakoreki ametegemea abantu bari bakora obukurumi I think bamurekwe cyose cy'umuremi kirane
so engineer nkirooche kira korwe elibone kibuna kemalikie chae asomurimi turakwana bona sarangoro Gusii ngonya harari gwe kinya ngonyera kolanga konyara kwa
for example one even the employment I think even the governor must come in such that you know monto ko be director you see when you are a leader
because if the governor comes in ngo sora mangana bole miti nkiata gira bali independent bachore omonto batagete
no not that ngo sora bole mi is only just giving that why did omonto korokunga kangete ameingia kwa Abaremi and you see how Muranga is doing very well for example chikiro koibwa kuruya se ase kwerinda ase buying centers not that ngomo governor na abwat anything interest is only putting the sanity omuremi benefit for instance
how can this be done
one for example ngakichikora chigopim from the buying centers is it omuremi oyo ngopimwa chikora buna umatona ali bakobeka chikiro geteiga agakwende geteiga onya for example omuremi kilo cyayo go 10 kilos oli kilo 7 ama 8 tuzi omuremi amenyenyazo number 2 onye omuremi onye cyayo mate yacha mambia irale etiko pay work mambia you see can you get the same kilos
yes tokonyora kiricho ndakore na magasi ni
yes
omuremi yo chopima kilo cyayo 10 no 20 obe kilo 15 no 80 the rest echibere kaichiko cha
bon echina chechi towatenga bokurumi na bwo. You know there are some people barari bamanya tinga kibago chiasa ne chiratiri chiria in fact mono omuremi yari so innocent lakini umuntu atenda dira matinga ki aliya kilo gete swara sito 100 go 200 from that center again tekine nganga ki okay no bantu bala korikwa batwara abantu bare professional abantu bamanye tinki bagokora tali abantu go se omuremi ago chiko complain understanding omuremi o complain echa ya tangu te go pimo like a month was ta ko limushahara
nta toligere engineer nta for example onega omuremi ochire opimire chikero chayo chi chikiro chia ichi biru kayo mulimi yago chikobwate go chia gakora bono and abantu bayi bachikireche na abantu abale ba
exactly bono mato mulimi yari gare innocent you know because mulimi yari gare weak tamanyeti bono bagende konyanyansu that's why I'm saying that if the governor comes in that's why I'm saying that even tombiri bwenerete you know ota atebe na kia tenta di
even if the governor comes in kama takocha kobagara chikiro chiko
now taingenero kwa kwende is putting sanity in that sector abantu bare professional tali abaibi muntu konyorekana you know the law is very clear abantu boboye for example nyene kwindi ni direct correct boy chinge kabiriyo akwisiko you know people can demonstrate you see that fairness so that abantu boboye ebintu bikurongo umuremi nera a benefit ko rwasekemerikiaye yes
engineer tuharare soko huru sana abari bande bamuira bone cha yabote
that is the thing
yagora boro tuna bakonyi mbuya
yes
what can you say about it ay soko
now omate because now omate umuremi won trochi oibiru kuri pine center ochire factory ya pimiru oiga kwa peanut you say pona stage tiana sending at young and so that at least nipata kitu yes
au next so kuru affect kemeriye cha
now you see one kare eso kuirego ya kireme you see if for example Abaremi balikuwa na pereka cha yake for example let's say in a factory like now mine if they withdraw do you think that factory will get enough to be there tekonyara cha nyingi which means people in fact una wana trochi as a factory one for example yane onye taringaki, it is supposed to be closed down because there is no money running that currently. Now it's because the expenditure, the overhead is higher than what you produce. Now when you don't produce to meet that expenses, what do you expect? Either factory and manage because something else will happen. Yes.
What happens to that factory?
Now that's what and that's why you see, for example, like after 3 years, election is done. Why? Because so that they try to balance things. Sometimes in that sector for a long time, sometimes such that that's now you have item of in, go some of out, so that something to be done in. You see, that's why you see that most other factories, why, for example, like other factories in Nyamira, about 50, 56 and all that. Bakarus, the other team Yarengo, Bakarata, the new team, and the people with experience, people who are professionals, and something changed. Yes. For example, for example, Nongire, doctor, I cannot manage.
You can't.
Actually, I cannot manage. When you elect somebody who is a failure, what do you expect?
Of course, delivery payments.
Delivery must be down. So, you know, there are some clauses when they go change. No, any factor, for example, somebody to be a director, it's a very senior seat.
Yeah, it is a very senior seat.
Omanye from for failure.
It is difficult.
It's difficult. So, can you deliver?
It is very difficult.
You can't deliver.
Consider
what happened?
Yes.
The basic, I'm a preliminary. I think that because that's how it started. They being very competitive, but now because as time goes by, things are changing. Sana watching from 4. Yes. Now what like 2000 and above. Yes. Now not knowing this person himself is a failure.
So you want to get now go to the phone for.
Now go to the phone.
Now what you give us?
Now you
want to go to direct. Just
that. If you look here, if you look at this, they saying a key. Now to fight for that directorship. I'm having everything here.
Yeah.
Academic certificate.
Yes. Of which level?
Of all level. Which got verified na anti-corruption. Arafu atuare tax compliance, atuare police clearance certificate, good conduct, alafu atuare kibande, atuare Chia 2000. Now you are eligible to do what? To vie for a director. Okay, fine. It should hold a minimum of from 4 level qualification of a minimum of D plane. And that is a director person who is going to manage that factory, who is to manage that workers, who is to want to manage that machinery, who is to want to manage Abaremi from that region. Then this person, you expect to get your current that factory.
So okay, you know,
we
come director to already plane. We got the phone for.
Yes.
And I've got the Kibande.
Yes.
I've got the Chia.
Yes.
Final.
You see, this thing, it was that old thing. This thing, I think, should be taken to Parliament every field. Because you know, technology, new things have come. So you cannot just bring that old regime.
How do you expect this person to
deliver honestly?
Because when you
give factory, manager. A manager is somebody is professional. Somebody is umanyite bintakora. Na matenga signing sign. Yes, kama I think you sign. Pesa imetoka. But if it's somebody is professional, somebody with the academic qualification, na bako matenga manager, hii kitu umeniambia. let me just think about it, put it in my table, I just go through it before I sign. And that's what is happening now. Because most of them, they are just illiterate.
So whom do you blame? Asamachikai?
I think not that we blame.
Yes.
You see everything. For example, like even before the new constitution in Kenya, even to be so I think now something should be done. Like now, another, as a Minister of Agriculture, this thing in the Parliament, but change the constitution, but change now the rules. Which govern these factories. Because you might have factory, you know a factory, what a factory is.
You know the factory.
This is something very big.
Yeah,
you are managing about like 150, 200.
Yeah.
Apart from that, you are managing machinery. Apart from that, you are managing export, because you see, once you area, no thing na Mombasa. This is what now this D person, surely how is he going to manage this thing?
It's very difficult. Huh? Now you are an engineer.
Yes.
Director of factory.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
For example, if actually it happened, I think I'll change to be something else. They'll be happy. One, sanitary in the factory. Number two, that is something such that oriende yomoremi. Aya, number three. Yes. Yes. You know this is Look here. Yes. Number one, but a factory is not one vehicle.
Yeah.
You must have like maybe 4 to 5 lorries.
Yeah.
So this is, as a director, I'm a manager. And those people may be a supervisor. For example, in that region, a collection. Gari point A. Wait. Omanya kuroro onya chai abantu bana bagenda kwende go chai nego pimwere maybe saa 10. Na ndete the second round. Ngaye chai kurara kwende factory. Can you chai kwende? So
you go ensure na chai kurara.
Chai kurara. Na for example, like when I want to machine chigo pima chikilo. These machines maybe after 6 months, 1 year, these machines must go back to be rechecked. Okay. So that my machine to you work on saying a korongoro ya kwende. Na boko nyorenge that stamina yogo pime chai boronge sachinde ya reducing, go sense sachinde ya increasing. So this thing we call in the ekemericumolemi.
Engineer,
yes.
I know engineer
yes.
by profession.
Yes.
Yes.
And
the korocha una I want to carry just a D and whatever.
Yes.
Why do you want to lower yourself into that level?
No, in Jebono, look here, one thing is this.
Yes, because you're an engineer.
The same thing, the same thing you cover affected. The same thing you cover affected.
Right.
So, in fact, you must show the change. The change, you lower yourself. Okay. Once you are there, you change the system. Change the system. Sometimes it's because they are very humble. Yes. But it's like a school ya gurense etanya wete mwana. Because school may be got abandoned to mwalimu gari ole na wakore to muntu no muntu what masters or what experience. I change school with the picture. So the fact that you see, I've got experience, I've got where the problem is, I've got what to do, I've got where the areas to adjust, the areas to do what and what and what, then this person you can like all right. Assign ebinto omolemi achandike, and by that utapata na kweli vitu imebadilika. By that tunabona abalemi basaka abantu ketabakong egente kana bago demonstrate kegende parliament parliament, it will be amended and it will come with this factory. I think should be looked into. Yes.
So whatever we should get over directly factory.
Yes.
Apart from koine kina cha tukura tundubali, what else would you do koine kia wali mibense me yingo konya ka wali goitera sobura ibwa?
Now, as ebuna wana for example, apart from that factory, you know, you must start from the buying center.
No.
Buying center, omole mchikiro cha inchire up to date. Now, from the factory, kala chikiro cha ire, the machines are working well. In time. In our selling point. How long does it take? You know, you look another new strategy side that for example, 3 years, is installed in the warehouse. What we expect nature at the end of the day, sell at a throw price, who is affected most. That's the thing. Bono, that's why I'm saying the fact that I just lowered myself in Chinomoremi, in Buate Chai, 1991. No, in Buate at least some tea. At least you might tell Romale unless and in our place, in our zone, say, era me. But in the see how my very chinchere demarcation on that. So whatever you have, you try to maintain. When you maintain, you have to have chikiro chingia. Chikire chingira, I think I have to make a difference as omoremi. Omoremi arenga kumbe tulikuwa things were not well.
Igegantaka nene kia kubitire ryo ryekeruka kenki.
Again, in Chimuna, for example, again to kia na yani nimeudhika na nimeona kweli omoremi ochandekere for the first time omoremi inga eporansia wakanu is from the borrowed money from the bank. Surely, at the end of the day, omoremi yako affected, nenchi nango affected. Nitalipa your loan paka. You know, bank is interest.
Yeah.
Number 2. Komaya konyoranga bono omoremi yani for example kono bunatoro chicha yomoremi korara chitunduvali you see you must change the system. Number 3 onyorenga ki kare factory how fast they go correct when they say now and pack na kona correct when you know this is something that you have to have we call strategy in management on how you are going to do that job. Otherwise singa kyogenda ali watenga kika director wajira kara director chai even yourself you have not even moved around or like what's happening kwa sign because unachua wikira kwa gore kwenda allowance yao osoke then that's not a leader. You know you have to change things. You know for example noche no nyene kare president yeti alikuwa gichikora it was that old system mark time but aga change the system na kaingia. So you have to change things to work out so that people other factories can copy the example. Right. So that now things kumbe things are like this. We tulikuwa tumerara namna hivi. So that no moremi amanyanga ki right ya energy. Uma etabalemia bange gali ekarago siru okiradenga bono nchinchi kwa nchinchi gotanga bono goseken nyarebe no mobe tigankire nyakori ekwerenderi. Ntagete omoremi neramanya my right is my tea. And my tea, my benefit. That's my employment. Inere konkonya. Such that tabakanga ananyanyaswa, hakuna kitu anafanya, tama itikenda ororo. So at least we change the life of omoremi. Ikiana chekeremia ekemedi to bugata Gusii. Yes.
Na amangana so kurunkyora chiko konya wali.
You see, let me tell you. If that sector of tea it change. Abaremi banze konyora wood bonus chikiro cyabo kitarikoyibwa. Why do you think that person atenda kwa soko? Hawezi kwenda. Ataenda. You have got a bonus at the end of the year. Ekiro yao kulira in the month yokoli chingia. Bonus yani na wewe unasema haiko pesa mfuko. Nkijyo ikira soko chefu na wako malizana hakuna bonus and all that. Yes. But because it's I want alternative. I want namna. Ndio dasoma menda soko. Yes.
Well, no chuza sekero keke tayari elo nera genreto wakano.
Oh no, you see and
I know so ikigeno ne
exactly. What you do now bago sava even for the of course you go back to Savalin. But this is India uchafu nimepata kwa office. The malaria maite naonyene kare present yaso ilipata hakuna pesa kwa account. Are you aware? Yeah, akaambia wananchi fanya hivi. munifumilie uliona hata unge kashuti and all that. The same thing na ogotenga kiugo back is Abaremi ogotenga look here Abaremi gwetu mbwa bwate chikasoro here and there, but we are trying to motivate tojo ne chira nga kitogo solve this. For example nga kitogo wakana these loans motore mereli kosere mereli. After this things will go. In fact, I will not see the
Amariogo yemete nigabeire richibwa se amarwaire au nonya na yasinyire ase chinyagitari Super Medical Center egotoka somo chiobosongo nigotokwegookeria kurwa bogwenia wetrasa marioga yokurwa se chinse chesko ngorwaria tora amarwaire buna ulcers, cancer, asthma na yanda manke ayokoringori wa nech machine chaito
ngoro cross mora daktari kwa company ya Super Medical Center egotoka somo chiobosongo igangorwa ritora marwaire amange ande karabu ajine ndobwate chi machine chigo kumureka chiaro rangi kerobobe chigo kumureka omubero omugima gwansero omotu mbaka inse na ichigo toteingi kerobobe amarwaire kiobwate twamanya kwa mariogo nwana abane machine yengo murekere yarora mechando kiabwate twaba mariogo itongo ikale mbali neba no mochio keroka neba ngirigori cia marioga ito na bako guikera neba Mombasa onya koro ekara wakire simi na bukurwari
ikasomo chiobosongo ase stage echigari otwakire simi ase chinamba chiko bwatia 0737746368 gose 0712526764
abantu abange baeteire gana inde bagwenire igoto twara buoba bunde bwese ekara bwachire ese kwaranyura mariogo munaria nyagitari kwangire koigubia morwaire munaria ale chronic nkonyarwari tole
Wima Electricals and Electronics ni wauzaji wa bidhaa za kuunganisha stima na pia bidhaa za elektroniki zinazotumia stima kama vile televisheni, hoovers, decoders, birika za kuchemshia maji, mashine za kunyoa nywele, DVD player, bulb za aina zote, power extensions, consumer units, showers, solar panels, inverter.
Mwancho muri gonto gosobo kwa bera soko butoka kweli gyo rekera toka ndete gusanga na komurekere goro yake meligie cha turaje konda samangana siasa mwancho muri gere no ngate na noga ndete ko bwatna komanya mange ande mono igoro yobo director bwecha ntate engineer sobwango andaka na kumanyo muri gere ya ndie obo director bwechi wakoleka no bocha ndi bora kolekane.
Correct.
Yes.
Now all said and done. Bono there is something again.
Yes.
Abaremi bwente komanya as this circular election egotebanga after all that through after obokurumi bwatogete Kiberu and all that. Yes. Yes. Bamanyenga now abantu bakikotene nase to fight for those directorship. One is not an employee of the management agent or a company-related management agent.
Right.
Number one. Number two is not a director. Is not a director or an employee of another tea factory. Correct? Abantaba. Yani nga omonto gochiko kobori gochiko fight for the director. Tabanga ka no monto likire ne factory. Gosore agent ye factory. Gosoro moirwo mointo. not only omuntu about ngaki is not an employee of the management agent. The management agent is the tea factory. All right? Or a company related management agent. For example, omuntu geto sobwate gari or brokerage and all that. Number 2 should not be a director.
You got director?
Then this is what we call, this is the circular. Got the key. I trained about the way to manye. I got the key. Tea Factory Company Limited, preliminary for election. Manual for election of directors of a small orders, the factories. So, Abaremi to manye key.
Director office,
yes. That's what this manual is telling us. Unless there is unless maybe something to change, but according to what is here, this is what is going to be followed. Such that even a bit the most important thing. Allah friend akore omonto ya tuare chapter 6. Chapter 6 be required. Virtuate bagari. Alafu is just an adult of sound mind. 30 months and all that. It's not a bankrupt. With 10,000 shillings as a registration fee, a nomination fee. Amonto is qualified. But the key thing is like you might take the management here in the office, but to get a bit of a crummy. Talk with another monto yet call that office. I think that's why I will look at this clause that this person must not be a director of that company. Should be somebody somebody different from the current people, from the people who are going to file for the directorship. That's what they are saying here. Yeah. Now, my tenanyor thing abanta bango sabanta one waliba rengoro about ngaina bantu ngoma director is going to be in October. Abaremi ba understand na everybody again take na everybody again taking a key company yake bekire. This is what we call proposed adjustment of election dates for small holders tea factories, that is from 30th June deadline. Sio mimi nimesema should be in motinyota na 30th. So from now June motinye go from now abantu ikabachiandae asobachori you see what is here. Leave proposed adjustment of election dates for smallholders tea factories from 30th June deadline. All right? Now, wanasema hivi, we refer to the above matter under your letter dated 26th of June, whose contents are as well noted. We have had side of the letter of Milimo Mtona and Kambana advocate addressed to you. That's, I think they were addressing the chairman of the Kwerende. Baka matebing abon after Kwerende, the court actually gave that direction. That was Ekwende court on 11th of April. On 11th of April, after ruled egatangaki election, overseeing the election of small tea factory directors, election as by the degree by 30th of June 2024. By that time, I knew office should be in the office.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got in the late. You know more.
You see, about what you conduct this is electoral and boundaries team.
Yeah.
So that Rabe came in TV.
And the one around to combine the ballot.
Now, whatever, even it's just stated here, it's going to be in secret ballot. Yes. When it's going to be secret ballot, naende on the centers no ano mongnurio utarame nyimbo ara tenga ki tiganta ale chigali ngakere kuro monyo murai na chorere age taye mwana linga kimrorongo mwabo chigo jine chirori bairuga lyo monto ando tenane bya yaye galiga chi center. One for example, if this is about chi center chira by combine go send 2 or 3 one center, another 1 2 3
one center
or 5 whichever the elect commissioner right, so that every Omori annually the right of voting.
All right.
the person that he wants or she wants abo murayoye.
All right.
Yes.
And ndo wako chikura na bali mboka.
You know, again, the way waka chikura is your pay slip. I think pay slip. Ekaroma te wapi miren kwa wole pay slip yo kwande benga chikura chia kwa pembe nech. Just chokire benga nech. I think the latest chibarat either chia April or May. Ine rogo twara ekwene so that you're karanga no mulim. So the abantu from outside mbaji waka so that menga kia abantu baachora nabalimi na nabali bama makaraki baachorana. Correct.
Yes, sir. Mucho muligira bono na right ogendre to kubwate ko no mucho muligira asema rogoba ya bono barbanda to bwate sanda sana ujumbe chemni chiro chevega ane mono asenseme ya Facebook to kubwate ga aboiga bandu banyare kumanya bene igoro yobo chori obono gweke meligie cha ibora chi go kolekana ando tina kyo tia serikali ye county ra nyare ko bwatana amona abali miya na director to aneke bino bwachoro ko kolekana bole aboigo ekemeligie cha ngo nyaragire go sirwa se county level
bono maite you see bono molemi Omontago Tamera is the president of the county. Sindio?
Yeah.
Na the president of the county nero making ki omole me yoro monto bono motaka ngaki akwa uplift amaishaye. For example, the minister for agriculture. Abantaba Baba signed that they are overseeing what that factory A is doing, what factory B, so that they are not just left at just random ngati abakora ibintu byabo. Bamanye serikali nero nikobwatire ibintu ngakibakora their progress. Side that you see what happens. Sometimes make a montati grega. That's why obokurumwa koreki wagenderere. There's nobody following up. There's nobody acting in a factory about nabale mitiabetenere. But you see, if the count comes in, a count never the right to check care at the end of the day. Look at what Kangete did in Muranga. Yes. I really admired. Yani ngomuntu bwate card yao like an ATM. Did you go pime makwende ichicha yao? That kilo it's already yani it is already nobody ara ke factory ya change. Already chia very captured. No. So that one karogo ikaga alio matinga kena si kera chikilo chiane maybe 100 go send 200. Na chichiko chanali chiande vingi. Mate one bintu mbire bono byache binge buna bono mate ebintu buna bidinga chi sako cha form de anda baja waka nabantu but no boibi kiara because there is no yaninga you see what even I think we need to copy from what has happened in Muranga bokusotu abolinga why is it that abantu buna Muranga those sides of Ekeumbu they are earning so high yet compared to I mean to other regions yet the key is the same. It's because of management. The key is management. How are you managing those people?
Now, if the county they also ime,
yes. Actually, me even for example, this is the report I have. Yeah. I think I'll send to the governor. This is what's happening to our tea industry. No. Which assistant are you going to give Omoremi? Because governor onye kuachiri kwa omerainisha vitu kwa county intuinkura atokonye buno muremi okonye umuremi orainisha so that umuremi anyore besa yaye sadani ekoiberunka yani ekoiberu gati kabira atakonyore at the end of the day wono muremi gacha andegete miaka nenda miaka road inchi ya ibune governor you know it is something that captured and then we hand over to the governor from and about decide that okay fine I'm deciding I'm in this the agriculture to take action on that. Right. Yes na mugavana ta akokora bintu ebi kama mtararamika because atafika iko kitu lakini sasa from this report ataona there is a problem in this sector and sana as a factory chait.
All right.
Good.
I una engineer na ndo uchulie kero kyo director as factory ya Nyamo Kenya Mwambu.
Yes.
Kwa manyi stundu wali ngachira se region yichi korate cha ya wasensemeyo
for example this factory of Nyamo this factory ayacha agetu I think miaka ya etenyuma but as I'm speaking a factory yegere under kiamo kama tea factory. Why? Because ngateretenira. Now, I can tell you some analysis to go you know, for example, you see me, I sometimes do even though so to kill in Kanyoranga, a factory itself. In Kaya, actually, Kiamo Kamanera Yanyetenerete, Eganyetenere Ekarajo. Well, even if you look at this list, the Anyamam is not in the list.
Okay.
it is under Kiamukama. The first thing, make sure nga kinkoru this factory koru Kiamukama turiya Nyamwamu ebe independent. Ekara ya very independent. You know ekara independent. When you are independent, no ane ekara ma tore nyomba mwao. Na boko mayenga kini timbu at sukari. But ekara somebody ako manage. It comes difficult even to come out of a problem. No. For example, bona bono throw chinga abanta abariya Nyamwamu. Ose Nyamwamu factor at itself. No. It's under that Kiamukama. So it is Kiamukama to say for anything to happen. Yeah. So can you read can you read yani utaweza kuchinua tokonyara kuchinua. So that is the first agenda. I'll making a factory area Nyamwamu ya very independent. Ekari ya very independent. There are so many other things that, for example, those unnecessary meetings, unnecessary employment. No, you have to put everything in on the line ngaki or you now when cover in this factory. Or ya mine na bwate gas ya gokora. Or you tabwate gas ya gokora. This is an unnecessary expenditure. Or you what do you do? Now, you see thing on computer. You see again tonkeringa, for example, na boko nyoranga rinde na igete korikwa. And for you to be human, tokomorika. You have to look nga yokomo fix. For example,
so that the expenses is still there.
No. You see what happens is you try your level best nga kyokori. For example, abantombaro for example bare employed on contract. Nekaro kwanyanga this contract it's not viable. Go say abanta bali kire nabogo tigabakore that contract. You sit with the management. You sit with the manager. Omatenga key, for example, onye nabantu bako of load. We need about 10 people. Not 30 people. These 30 people sure abandoned they are just idle. This there is other before travel this there is other sector maybe requires maybe some other additional employer. You need to add 5. Now for example, you need about so that you equalize and distribute but unless there is totaling a key then that's when you can say okay, you give him a contract. When there is work, when there is no work, so that you reduce the expenditure of the company.
What have you done?
Yes. Yes. Not a kitchen. No, as a chinko.
Yes. Yes. What have you done? Because after all,
you see now what we are trying to do. Sometimes you can put these people on contract. On contract so that when it is necessary, there is work, you need them. Right. When there is no work, surely when the work comes, you come in. Yeah. Yes, so that at least you try kokonyo mrebi. You see, there is no need to be common to your trout, cast yago kora, just your mremiakoli, nachina mremiatragameta. Yes.
Alright, asante sana. Hapo kuna Irene mwenyewe tewa na wale pamoja. Hapo tewa from Jia Beirut Lebanon bagantako bwacha na baigo hapo tewa na wale yomoro vile mo set Innocent Kebande Sokorom hapo tewa pamoja. Ngati antu baganda tuboche moncho muligeli yana mana katoko mulikera igoro yekamerigie chai toro na engineer Kennedy oyibo no baigo bwato manya sense meyo ye chai no bolimi baigo romo limi moncho mulero ligeti baigo kirgo kia ochikoligyo sekero kyobo director ase factory ya Nyamwamu moncho muligeli iyorense ya Kiamukama akabate ona bwate mirobelimi ya gocha somolimi bunenchera ya mayogo nyara kwa nikubona ngokerani yale nawe gokinia ekemeri gecha singe nchi chinsa engineer andakna bokurengana ya yo muri gocha sabale.
Yes. Aba anda tenga bali mebaminto. Nkwanda tore asoborai. Inchebuna engineer. Tinko nyara kobeka sana tikose tinko nyara waichora. Baterendi asetwaro lira magosale. Tigatubwa trendora kabisha. Nando karo monto inale nga nkoligiare karo gosenko korare kwerene gosena tagete obachori go search kuboro kegento musipuze monto mino kale motugari takonya kumuruta magena takonya kumuruta menengo ikiana bora ngo monto na very important ase ogochiko gonchureri gosacho chikomeki obugima bobe better than previous twarore binte binge byabeira ase echa yaito bunabona ase Kenya ngima factory yaito nera ya kanonze bali mimba manyete ase Kenya ngima ngani into tokolira chibese chance ase Kenya into bono tochi gwakana no in this year we might not get a bonus area kene oserendonge igotorigerere bia sana sobora ito chigokora tochoro monto bwengencho ora tokonye na tochoro monto ogochiko tokonya na motwande ekemerigito kinyare gukora kingokina aina ndanyare gote mugima naende totuo tochikokora oburayi asenjira yoboronge kibese chitu bina chiabero bokuruno gwabero bonga onya chikoretwe nabo mogochiri kiane kibese chitu chiaretwe abantu baretwe ono chiri chiare chiakora yobokoromi tia lakini bamanyete ngaki attend the day ngaito chwake kura na ande muraik tutagete mbia mano.
Alright, asante sana engineer mbia mwana sokotinga kichiana mango taro kona na senje chinsa ndachina twakwana ira manga sensemeri yo buli ngakire ninko litokwa na mangana siasa ni mathira no manyo siasa ole kiko ngakire ndiri chinsa chiranje ne biro bigotoka tokwa na mangana siasa kina siri tukulia asante sana asoko mulekere goro yogo chori kamarigecha ubono bora chokoleka na bwango igana bokobeka sobwa galena ali oraga ndikana ninki koraga ni muri myakole ali wono kanyara ko gendria sensemo yekamarigecha nashukuru sana asante sana
thank you so much
Mchumari kama wikirabu na ngikiro moja somo rubuli bware tukolera Jumamosi ke Jumamosi wiki utando sange gana bana siasa mchumari gere twarana tukolera nsemeri yekamarigecha ikibono kebwa tokubuli nuko kanikwa bange twarabona katunyore oyo mubo director na muno lyo kuligeka gekyo nabo twakagera go twara mwana siasa muri tukolera kolende tare konyara goika akorukuna embrembe yo tekera no mchumari gere ya asemar go bayo kona sonse na byose mbyamano asoko nyara go tatengero rene kichibi chamwe gicha wikere igakorukwa pet no nira mokena semeri mtandao Facebook YouTube mchumari gere YouTube Ndizi TV News Facebook Ndizi TV News digital website yetu na www.ndizitv.net onyara konya wara yonsi asenchire bantoro burgiri byo butukobya tumbira ninga kinda 90 litera nincho ko Vincent nyancho.